Last year was the
Very
first time a
interesting point.
tackle had ever been drafted that low in NFL history.
Yeah, 20 to the
Yeah.
Broncos, yeah.
And ironically, this year it might be even worse.
Yeah, I know, right?
There is no
It's because these spread offenses,
franchise
man.
left tackle.
These
Absolutely.
spread offenses, they don't. It's the same blocking scheme for run and
Which
pass,
is why
man.
it hurts the wide receivers if we're circling back around.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why Glenn's value is probably more to the Bengals.
Absolutely.
That's an interesting point. Yeah.
Absolutely. But again, though, you're getting an established NFL veteran. You know what you're getting with him. Which is, the draft is a crapshoot. You don't know what you're getting with these kids.
No.
Never.
You don't know if
You
you're
never know.
drafting Tony Baselli or...
Tony Mandrich.
that's what I was going to go with.
I mean, yeah, you just don't know. Which is why, again, though,
Quit stealing my jokes, Rich.
I read your mind.
So you have Evans and Ridley, both of whom could be at 12 and 22 respectively, right? If you had to take one of them, regardless of draft position, Evans, would you take him at 12?
Absolutely.
With the way that inside linebackers get drafted in the NFL, history tells me that drafting him at 12 is a stretch.
Except for if he turns out to be someone like Luke Kuechly, who happened to play for anybody?
Who cares? It was
Boston
seven-
College.
7 years ago. Who gives a shit?
But he's still the best, a top 3 defender in the NFL. And more importantly, the key to the success of that Carolina Panthers defense.
Right, but you look at inside linebackers, and inside linebackers typically, now you do have your aberrations, right?
Sure.
You do have some guys that get drafted high, but for the most part, those guys are getting drafted 27
Yes, I'll give you
through
that.
40.
They're devalued just as much as running backs in the first round.
They're devalued as much as centers
Or
are
first
in the
overall.
NFL draft. You never see centers get drafted. That's why somebody like Price at 53 for the Bills makes a ton of sense.
No way he falls there.
With that bicep, or what is a pec issue? He hurt himself at the combine. Was it bicep, pec?
He just had his pro day. He's fine.
Oh, all right. I thought he got hurt at the combine.
Somebody did. I don't know if it was
I thought it was-
specifically
I thought it was
Pace.
him.
but I can't-
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. You said Price. I was
Yeah.
thinking Quentin Nelson.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, yeah, no. Quentin Nelson. Jesus, I don't even
I
want
don't
to talk
think.
about Quentin
I
Nelson.
still don't think Price falls out of the first round, though.
That
Rumor has it
manimal.
is that Minnesota. That's a new state. Minnesota. And I don't know if he gets past them at 30. But that's just obviously rumors.
If he gets to 30.
Precisely. I don't think he falls out. I don't think he gets that far.
The New York Giant article you had it up at H-Tech Sports talking about if the Giants decide to take him at 2, plug and play, 12-year All-Pro.
Quentin Nelson, 100%. Quentin Nelson walks in kind of like Taylor Lewan did in Tennessee as a... Are you melting for Taylor Lewan?
He liked him probably as much as...
Taylor Lewan was the best player in that draft. Bar none. There's no question about it. Taylor Lewan.
And to give everybody a little history lesson, in 2014, when the Bills traded up
For Watkins.
and then they drafted Quanjo in the second round, this guy was a proponent maybe 4 or 5 months before the drafting Taylor Lewan and Jordan Matthews, and then you get to keep your 2015 first rounder.
I was
Here's
so
the ironic
pissed.
part about
so
that,
pissed when they
which,
drafted
Paula,
Matthews.
you will appreciate this. Actually, I lived in Nashville at the time that draft happened, and obviously Taylor Lewan was drafted by the Titans, and Jordan Matthews was coming out of Vanderbilt, downtown Nashville.
Yep.
I was praying that either one of them would have wound up Buffalo Bills.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they didn't. But getting back to Quentin Nelson is going to be a 12-year All-Pro Hall of Fame guard. I have no doubt in my mind that kid will be a plug-and-play All-Pro player his very first year. There's just too much going. This offseason has been between the trades and the movement.
I have never seen such an unpredictable build-up to the NFL draft
I think it's...
in the years we've been covering.
I think it is. I think it speaks volumes about the generation of general managers that you have, right? Because before it was about, this is how things have always been. There was a tradition about the general managers. There was a way that you handled business. There were things that you did and things that you didn't do. You didn't make trades. You didn't trade. Well, as soon as free agency became a thing, trades were dead. You didn't trade guys anymore.
You want to hear a funny stat though that I looked up, because I thought that was very strange. The average age of new general managers hired post 2010 was 59. So the average general manager was 59 years old.
Wow.
The average age of the general manager hired since 2010, 44.
Yep. It's a cool kids club, man.
It not only a cool kids club, but there's things like analytics that are going so much more into play, and just new way of doing things that these guys are bringing out that is just going to change the way the game is, managed. And it's pretty fun though, because you don't expect it. I expected the Bills to move up. I didn't expect them, to trade Cordy Glenn somehow and get 9 spots higher, which just floored me for a guy you were going to cut anyway.
Who was it that said they're going to rely heavily on the Moneyball statistics? I think it wasn't Denver. I'm so mad I can't remember the name right now. It just escapes me. They said they were going to rely heavily on the Moneyball and the analytics of the draft. And I'm like,
I don't know. I think analytics can be overused, but I think at the same time, though, there is a benefit to it. There is really a benefit to certain aspects.
Well, you can't just throw yourself in 100% just because a computer tells you what something is.
No, gut instinct is still
Manti-Teo.
going to rule that game. You can't measure heart by a computer.
No,
You just can't.
well, you could a beat. And
Well, that measures the heart rate. That doesn't actually measure the size. So that's